We're going to start with Pilates alignment. So that's the first thing that we start with. If everyone can stand with your feet hip distance, the knees are soft, so they have a slight bend. The hips are facing forward, so you can do a forward and backward tilt with your pelvis and find that midway point. Suck the belly into the spine, shoulders are back and down, nice and relaxed. Chin is parallel to the ground, and imagine a piece of string on the top of your head pulling you nice and tall. Okay, so we've got our nice perfect posture and alignment. From there, we're going to go into the breathing. So just to recap, in Pilates, we breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's put our hands on our lower ribs and have a few nice deep breaths there. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale long through the mouth. Shoulders are relaxed. We'll go again. Deep inhale through the nose. Really trying to feel up the space in the back of the ribs. Exhale through the mouth. We'll do two more. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Perfect. We'll do another. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Okay. Now we're going to add in the core engagement. So for those of you who did the class before, you'll know there's a few different things when we talk about core engagement. First of all, we'll work on the pelvic floor. So think about that hammock in between your legs, pulling all your organs up to 100%, released by a third. So keep this area nice and tight. Let's do 3 breaths with the pelvic floor engaged. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, feel the abs drawing in on the exhale. We're keeping everything nice and tight on the exhale now. We'll go again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, lifting from the center on the exhale, keeping it tight. Last one. And exhale long. Again, lifting from the center, keeping those abs drawn in. Okay, let's add in the deep tummy muscle engagement. So now we're imagining we've got a corset or a belt on the tightest notch, and we're pulling that into 100%, released by a third. So it's an inward movement, just underneath the chest. Let's add that in. So think up and in. And let's keep this whole powerhouse area nice and tight. And we'll do 3 breaths here. Hands on the lower ribs. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, thinking up and in, keeping this area nice and tight. All of this comes with time. Don't worry if you don't get it today. It does come with practice, but it's just to help you with the rest of the class. We'll go again. Inhale through the nose and exhale long. Last one. Inhale through the nose and exhale long, thinking up and in on the exhale. Perfect. Let's go straight into our mobilization. So we'll do a head and neck stretch. Look down, slowly one way, through the center, the other way. We're just going to look down, just to get the neck nice and warm. Gently looking one way through the center, the other way. We'll do one more to each side. From there, gentle head and neck stretch. Put the hand on the head, the other hand on the shoulder. Now you're going to look down as you exhale. Inhale, exhale, look down, gently feel like you're pulling the head away from the shoulder, creating space in between. And we'll do one more on each side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look down, pulling the head away as you look down this time. And again, inhale when you come to center. Exhale, look down and stretch. Last one. Look down and stretch. Okay. Let's go into our shoulder rolls now. Forwards first. We're going to go up to the ears and round. If you can see what I'm doing. Just really getting my shoulders going, nice and warm. Up to the ears and round. Perfect. Let's reverse backwards now. We're going to go backwards with the shoulders now. Okay. Let's take it into the arms, small circles. Arms at shoulder height, fingers are pointing nice and straight. We're going to do the arm circles, keeping that posture. Think about up and in. Think about that core engagement. Start to get these arms nice and toned as well. Get the scapula and the back of the shoulders moving as well. And let's reverse backwards. Getting these arm circles going. Okay. We can go ahead and stretch out the arms. Just bring one behind you. Start with one, Bring that same arm forward. We'll go with the other arm. And again, forward. Okay, we're going to do a nice spinal rotation. We're going to do it with our hands on the hips. So keep that posture, keep the feet hip distance, hands on the hips, navel into the spine. You're going to take an inhale and exhale. Your upper body is going to twist. So you're imagining that the whole body is doing this, but the hips stay facing forward. That's really important. So just the upper body and torso and head. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way, nice and slow. And you can correct yourself if you feel that the hips are starting to move. The hips must stay facing me. Exhale, twist. And again. Exhale, twist. And again. One more to each side. Okay. Very nice. From there, we'll do a couple of side bends on each side. So take an inhale. Exhale, gently inching the fingers down the thigh. One way and then the other. And then again. Okay. Perfect. From there, we're going to do sort of like a squat, I guess. So keep the feet hip distance. I'll show you from the side. The feet, normally we go wide, but this time we'll keep our feet hip distance and the arms are going to remain straight and you're just sitting on a chair. Keep the arms forward this time. So just keep the arms. Inhale, exhale, sit into that chair. We're going to go a little bit faster now. Get the knees and the thighs, everything nice and warm. 2 more. Perfect. Okay. The legs are kicked. From there, we're going to practice a forward-facing balance. So I'll show you from the side. Your feet stay hip distance. The hands are going to go on the hips. You're going to hinge forward from the hips. So think about that core engagement. Hinge forward from the hips, and then the leg is going to come out straight behind you with pointed toes, and you're going to hold it there. And you're going to think about that core engagement helping you to do this exercise. Balance is one of the things that starts to go as we age. That's really important to work on it. And it's a good one for the core as well, because you're using the core. And then we'll do the other leg. So hinge from the hips, and the leg comes out behind you, using that core engagement. Keep that leg nice and straight with pointed toes. You're just hinging from the hips forward, using the core engagement to help you stay in that balance. Really nice. Perfect, everyone's done a good job. So we'll do a quick ankle rotation. Then we're going to go into our roll downs. We're going to do one roll down straight down to the mat. So I'll show you first. You're going to come to the end of your mat, check in with the alignment, feet hip distance, soft knees, hips forward, navel to spine, shoulders back and down. Take an inhale, exhale, tuck the chin in, bring the chin to the chest and slowly start to roll ever so slowly from the upper to the mid to the lower back. Keep the knees straight if you can, otherwise bend them if you need to, and then just go ahead and take a seat on the mat. Okay. Perfect. Okay, great. So I'll show you the first exercise that we're going to do. We're going to do the shoulder bridge. So you're going to have your feet hip distance. You're going to come down to a lying down position on the mat, head down. Imagine a piece of string in your belly button, pulling it all the way down to the ground. So the core is engaged here. Feet firmly planted, palms facing down. You're going to take an inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt towards you. We're just going to gently come up, wherever feels comfortable for you today, into the shoulders, into this nice shoulder bridge. Hips are strong and stable, they're not moving. And then you're just going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. So we'll go again. Inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt towards you, and just roll up into that shoulder bridge. And then roll slowly down, keeping your feet flat on the mat. If you want to add in the arms here, you can. So basically, we're just going to take an inhale, exhale, slowly roll up. When you're in the bridge, arms come behind. Inch the fingers towards the wall behind as you roll down, and then the arms come down. So that is your choice. If you want to add the arms, you can. Otherwise, we're going to do 3 more like this. Take an inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt towards you, up into that nice bridge, and then roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale, exhale, up into that bridge, and then slowly rolling down. We want to make sure the lower spine is really flat on the mat for this exercise. And we'll do the last one. Inhale, exhale, slowly coming up into that nice bridge, hold it there. Use the core muscles to hold it there. You shouldn't feel it in the lower back. And then slowly curving down. Okay, so now we're going to do 6 more like that, but we're going to add the leg in. So I'll show you first. Inhale, exhale, slowly up into that nice shoulder bridge. One leg will come up, then you roll down, and then you bring the leg back down. Then we'll go with the other leg. Inhale, exhale, up into the shoulder bridge. Leg comes up, then you roll down, and then the leg comes down. So we'll just do another few here. Inhale, exhale, shoulder bridge. Leg comes up with a pointed toe, then you roll down, then the leg comes down, and again, exhale. Leg comes up, roll down, and back down. Okay, we'll do 1 more on each leg. Inhale, into the shoulder bridge. The leg comes up with a pointed toe, roll down, down. Last one. Exhale, into the shoulder bridge. The leg comes up, and then roll down, and then bring the foot down. Okay, hug the knees if you want to here, circle them around the chest one way and then the other. And then from there, we're going to keep the legs in the same position, and we're going to go into some pulses. So if you know the Pilates 100, it's kind of like a basic modification of that. So keeping the same position, feet hip distance, navel into the spine. You're going to come up as if you're going to do a crunch. So you really use the core engagement here. If you start to feel it in your neck or your shoulders, then you're not using the tummy enough. Come up into this position, really where you can feel it in the abs, and you're going to do 5 pulses. And then you're going to roll down. So we'll go again. Inhale. Exhale as you come up into the crunch. 5 pulses and roll down. We're going to do another. Let's do another 5. Inhale. Into that crunch position. And roll down. Another 4. Inhale. Into that crunch position. And roll down. Last 3. Inhale. Engage the core. Come up into that crunch. And roll down. Just 2 more left. Inhale. And roll down. Last 1. Inhale. Exhale up into that crunch position. 5 pulses and roll down. Okay. From here, you're going to bring your legs into tabletop. So the knee is going to be directly above the hip. The feet are at this sort of angle here with the toes pointed. Keep that core engaged. Keep the lower spine flat on the mat. And we're going to go into toe taps. Let's do 5 on each leg, and then we're going to move on to the next exercise. So take an inhale, exhale. Bring one leg down into a toe tap, the other stays in tabletop. Bring it back up. Really engage the core here. You will start to feel it in the tummy. You're just doing toe tap, bringing the legs into tabletop. Like this. Palms facing down. Really engage the core here. Think about the breathing. Inhale as you come back to tabletop. Exhale as the leg comes down. But you really should start to feel it in the tummy. This is such a good one for the core. Cool. Let's do one more on each side. Hug the knees for a second. In the next exercise, we're going to have our legs in the same position. So the legs are going to be in tabletop again, knees above the hips, toes are nice and straight. And all you're going to do is you're going to push your hands against the thighs. So keep the head down, push your hands against the thighs, and the thighs against the hands at the same time. Create that tension. You'll start to feel it in the core. If you need to grab the knees at any point, you can, but we're just going to breathe into it. So hands pushing the thighs, thighs pushing the hands, create that tension, that resistance. You'll feel it in the core. Make sure the lower spine's flat on the mat, so you're not feeling it in the lower back, and just push, and you'll really start to feel it in the tummy. Just keep breathing. Another few breaths here. Really pushing the hands and pushing the thighs at the same time. Really pushing the thighs away. Okay, bring the knees back into the chest. Drop the knees one way. Look the other way, arms in a T position. And drop the knees to the other side, look the other way. We'll do one more of those on each side, just dropping the knees, feeling that side stretch. Okay, we're going to do one more in this position, and then we're going to move on to the side lying exercises. So the last thing that we're going to do here, I'm going to give you options. Either you can keep the head down and you can come into a one leg stretch. So you're going to hug one knee, keep the lower spine flat on the mat. The other knee, the leg is extended. The knee doesn't need to come in all the way to the chest. You can just bring it to around hip height, and you can pulse twice like this. Inhale. So you're bringing one knee in as the other leg extends. So you can stay with that. Otherwise, you can come up into a crunch to do the same exercise. Grab, and you can go a bit quicker. Where you're really starting to feel it. You don't want to feel it in the head and neck. You want, or the neck and the shoulders. You want to feel it in the core. So you're just grabbing one knee, extending the leg, and you're breathing into it. If you really want to challenge yourself, you could go straight into the bicycle. So hands interlaced behind the head, and then you're going to touch the opposite elbow with the opposite knee. So I'll show you. Really getting into that crunch, keeping the legs nice and precise and controlled, and just reaching the opposite. Getting a little bit of a side twist in there as well if you want. And that's a real core burner. So I'm going to let you choose whichever one that you want to do, and we're just going to we'll do 5 on each leg. So. Okay, and bring the legs in, hug the knees. I'm going to go into the side lying exercises. So for this one, you're going to basically use the edge of the mat as a guideline to lie nice and straight. I don't know what happened to my AirPods there. Bear with me while I just make sure that they're still working. Can everyone still hear me? Can everyone still hear me? Yep, perfect. Sorry, my speakers did something funny. Cool. Okay. From there, we're going to go into the side lying exercise. So, using the edge of the mat as a guideline, you can either come onto your forearm like this, or you can prop yourself up like this. Whatever feels comfortable. Ideally, you want to come up onto your forearm. You're going to have one leg bent. The other leg is going to come up with a flexed foot. You want to make sure there's this nice space here between the side of your body and the mat. And this leg is going to be flexed and it's going to be in sort of hip height. And we're just going to do lift and lower. You can use the other hand as a support. Keep the leg straight, keep that leg flexed, and we're just lifting and lowering. Keep breathing with it. Really good. I can see everyone's getting their legs going, so you should start to feel it in the outer thigh and the glute as well. Let's do 5 more. And then we're going to go, keep the legs in the same position, but we're going to go into circles. So keep this supporting leg bent. The other leg is at hip height, and we're just going to do circles. So small circles with a pointed toe. We'll do a few in one direction. Feel the legs start to get heavy. That means all the small muscles are working. And then we can reverse. We'll go the other way. Only going to do a few here. Okay. Give the thigh a smack if it's starting to hurt. Then we're going to switch over to the other side. We're going to do the same thing. So again, up onto the forearm. The leg on the mat is in a bent position. The other leg is at hip height with a flexed foot. Keep this distance between yourself, the side of the body and the mat, and just keep the foot flexed, lift and lower. Again, we're just using small muscles that we don't normally use. Just to hip height. Getting everything nice and stretched. Okay, bring the leg in. We're going to do the circles now. So keep the supporting leg where it is. This leg comes back out with a pointed toe this time. We're just going to do these circles. Imagine that you're painting a circle on the wall in front. You really start to feel it on the outer thigh and the glute. And then change direction if you haven't already. Just going to do a few one way and a few the other way until the leg starts to hurt. Okay. From there, we're going to go into cat stretch. So if you know this one, just come up onto all fours. Fingers are spread, hands are underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. The crown of the head is pointing directly forward. You're looking down. Suck the belly in. Take an inhale. On the inhale, you're arching. On the exhale, reverse everything. Really enjoy that stretch as you exhale. Inhale, arch. Feel that lengthening of the spine. Really enjoy these stretches. Exhale as you reverse. A really, really nice stretch for the morning. Inhale as you arch. Exhale, reverse. And even when you're doing this, think about sucking the belly in. You don't want the belly to be loose here. Inhale, exhale. You make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you reverse. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, arch. And exhale, reverse. Inhale, tuck the chin in, arch. And exhale, reverse. Okay, when you've done your third one, the final exercise that we're going to do before we do, we will go into a nice child's pose and do a couple of stretches on the back. We're going to do donkey kicks, so just get the glutes activated. In this same position, hip distance, suck the belly in, crown of the head pointing forward. We're going to bring one foot up with a flexed foot, so keep the foot flexed. And we're just going to do these micro pulses, bringing the knee in and kick. It's like you're kicking something over the front of your head. Keep breathing with it, make sure the core's engaged. Just feel the glutes getting activated as you do bring the knee in and kick with one leg. Keep that belly sucked in. Keep that foot flexed so you can really feel it in the glute. And then let's switch legs. Same thing, foot's flexed, micro pulses. Keep the belly sucked in. Kicking, bringing the knee in. Another few. Okay. Then we're going to go into a really nice child's pose there before we do our exercise from the back. So knees are wide, feet together, head to the mat, spread the fingers. Really stretch those arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, inch the fingers even further forward. Get a deeper stretch and a deeper lengthening of the spine. Really enjoying that stretch here. Have a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the fingers even further forward. Really just take this minute. And again, inhale, exhale, stretch the fingers. Okay. Perfect. When you're ready, you can just lie on your back. We're going to do a nice hip flexor stretch. So you're going to lie on your back now. Bring the soles of the feet together. So the soles of the feet are touching. The lower spine is still flat on the mat. You're just lying and imagine that there's a heavy weight on either one of your knees, pushing the knees down to the mat. So you feel a really nice stretch of the hip flexor, the sort of groin area. Make sure the lower spine's flat and the feet and the soles of the feet are touching. Take an inhale. Exhale, feel those heavy weights on the knees, pushing them all the way down. Really just relaxing now. Inhale. Exhale. Really pushing those knees down. And again, inhale. And exhale, stretching those legs down. Extend the legs now, let the legs go forward, let the feet fall either side. Let's just have a little minute before we do our posture check. Palms facing upwards now, shoulders are relaxed. We're just going to have a few nice breaths here. Take a minute for yourself. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, feel the jaw relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed. The arms into the fingers and the legs into the toes, really, really nice and relaxed. Clearing your mind. Feeling good that you've done your exercise first thing on a Monday, very, very early on a Monday morning, Easter Monday morning. You should feel really, really good to get on with the rest of your day. Everyone's done a really, really good job. Slowly, when you're ready, we're going to turn to the one side. We're going to come back to standing to check in with our posture and our alignment. So really slowly, so we don't get head rushed. Back up to standing. And let's check in with that posture that we started with. So, feet hip distance, soft knees, hips forward. Tuck the belly in, shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground now. Imagine that piece of string putting really, really tall to the ceiling. So everyone's got their lovely posture, hands on the hips. Think about that engaged core. Think up and in, that's your homework. Think anything that you're doing is boring, washing up, whatever. Think about up and in, and that core engagement will help you with anything. It helps with lower back pain. So hands on the hips. Let's do a couple of heel raises there. Take an inhale. Exhale slowly up onto the toes. Hold it there. Keep that balance. Think about that core engagement. And lower down. We're going to do two more. Inhale. Exhale up onto the toes. Lower down. The last one that we're going to do now, we're going to hold it. Inhale. Exhale up onto the toes. Hold it there. Think about that balance. Think up and in. Keep the head where it is now and just lower the heels. Feel that elongation of the spine, of the body. Perfect. Very, very nice. Give everything a shake. Anything that you need to shake out, if you need to roll anything. Otherwise, you are done. Thank you so much. Everyone has done such an amazing job. Really, really well done.